Mr. Dustin Conaway, what caused you to start writing songs and get into music?
My mom. My mom made me. Well, she didn't make me. She inspired me.
She inspired you?
Yeah. Yep. She inspired me.
Just from songs you heard, or?
Well, she always loved country music. Loved it. And ever since I can remember, this country music grew on me. Pretty much.
So you had a couple songs in a batch of songs. How did it come about that you started recording these songs?
I met this pretty awesome guy named Scott Webb, which is that guy. No, yeah, we just got together and it clicked, it meshed really well, and yeah, so it took off from there.
Cool.
It took off real fast.
Tell me, just want to know a little bit about a couple of your songs. There's a song called Drink It On Up. I assume you're talking about Mountain Dews.
Yep, we were having some ice cold mountains. Not so much Mountain Dew, but...
What's that song all about?
It's, me and my buddies, Brett, Kevin, and Kevin. There are two Kevins, Kevin Wright and Kevin Locke, but we all got together one night and just went drinking, and it just turned into a mess, is what it did, because whenever Kevin Locke, aka Bubs, gets drunk, it goes downhill whenever he has too much, and so we wrote a song about it, and that was pretty good. They liked it.
Cool. Got a song called My Guitar Mason Jar. Got a real nice feel to it, getting a lot of response from people all over the world, actually. What's that song all about?
My Guitar Mason Jar. Well, when I first started playing guitar, well, kinda, I looked, actually it all started when I was watching TV with my wife. We were sitting down watching TV, I looked over and I had a mason jar full of Coke. I swear, nothing else in it, just Coca-Cola. And I had my guitar sitting next to it, and I was like, my guitar and mason jar. And I was like, well, that could be a song. And Whitney's like, oh, well, have fun with that. And then it started off a little sketchy, and then it just clicked, and it's basically a story about this guy sees a girl from across the bar, and she's the typical country girl, and like she's got her little plaid shirt and her Daisy Dukes on and her boots, and any boy who sees that, their heart's gonna start racing, and they'd be like, look at that. And yeah, that's where that one went. No particular story behind that one, just that.
There's a song called Rain, and there's probably a pretty interesting story about the music and how that came about, and what's beyond that. What's that song all about?
We got the actual guitar and drum beat from my buddy Chris Bueller when I first started playing. It was just 3 little notes, and then I was like, well, I'm going to kick it up an octave and go from there, and went down, and Scott put it together, or you put it together, and it just took off, and then we made you made it really well, and it went together, and it's about the Dust Bowl, which I thought was really cool, because I mean, so many people could, like older folks, can relate to that and be like, yeah, it was a tough time when that was going on, because people lost their lives, they lost their crops, I mean, lost everything that they basically owned, and it was a rough time, and they just like, yeah, it was a bad deal all around.
Song called Lucky Us on there. How'd that come about? What's that mean?
Well, that's one where you gave me just 2 words, luck yes, go with it and run. I'm like, okay. And I was thinking, luck yes. This guy has a really crappy day. I mean, just a terrible day. And he's just like, he wants to get out of town. Nothing can go right for him until he pulls into a gas station, scratches off a scratch ticket, and he's like, luck yes, my luck turned around. And so he paid for his gas and headed out west. I guess that's pretty much how that one went. But yeah, 2 words started that whole song.
There is a song on there, Up and Coming, written by yourself and Mr. Webb, whoever that is, and Mr. Vermees. It's called Moonshine For Cars. What the heck is Moonshine For Cars? Moonshine
For Cars is ethanol. We make ethanol at our jobs, and you wouldn't get around without us, to be honest with you. And so we're like, yeah, well, you ever seen Lawless? They ran their cars off moonshine. You know, Moonshine For Cars. We make that. We basically make moonshine. And then, yeah, pretty much the world goes around it wouldn't go around without ethanol, pretty much.
Good deal. There's another heartfelt, real slow song called Home. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I wrote that for my mom. She passed away last November, and like I said, like she inspired me pretty much. She was my whole world. She's my best friend, and she I just wrote it for her. And it's basically when she passed away, when she got admitted into the assisted living home because she had Alzheimer's, the nurses gave me pretty much everything. I went through her diary. And one of the things I read was that she was picked on in elementary school and pretty much her whole life until she was an adult. And so I wanted to write a song about being in her shoes, about how she wouldn't let anything get to her at all. She just always held her head high and always had a smile on her face. That's what everybody knew her by, was a smile. And when she passed away, I was like, she's finally gone home, because she was really religious. And she always says, like when she knew that she was going downhill, she was like, I can't wait to go home. And we knew what that meant.
So you've got a couple songs out on iTunes and Amazon MP3, Google Plus. Gonna come up with this album here pretty quick.
Yep.
Starting to play live. Tell us who's in your band.
We got me, I'm the I'd say rhythm guitarist. I can't throw down them sick licks like Mr. Randy Williams can. He's pretty much a lead guitarist. All the songs you hear is someone wailing on it. That's him, Randy Williams. We got Scott Webb. He's good. I work with him. He's a good guy. He's a keyboardist. Best damn keyboardist I think I've ever met. I mean, this guy can play anything. And there was Tim Reams. He's the drummer. He's a phenomenal drummer. Real nice guy. I mean, you could see his drum set, but then, like, you look at him and you wouldn't expect that guy can put out that much power and that good like tempo and drums. And I mean, he's just a real good guy, really good drummer. And then we have James, call him Jimmy Klimish, that's his last name. He's the bassist. He's a hell of a guy. When I met him, he's like, you can explain to him like what you wanted and he would catch it right away. I mean, he's just an amazing guy. You can't have a band without a bass, and he's a perfect guy for that. Then we got the guy who plays the banjo, the fiddle, the steel guitar, Mad Mike Flanders. He is just an amazing guy. He's so talented. I mean, and is it Moonshine For Cars? He's sitting there, you hear the fiddle going, and then in the middle of it, he'd set it down, start playing the steel. I was like, he's the only guy I know that would play like two instruments in one song. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But, that's the band. Real nice guys.
So if you can say anything to your fans, you're getting a lot of fans on your Facebook page. You're getting a lot of fans around the world, actually. Getting some airplay, which is real nice. What would you want to say to your fans out there?
Thank you guys so much. Like, I couldn't have done it without you. I mean, I didn't even expect it to take off. I mean, it was unbelievable. When we released Moonshine For Cars, I mean, you guys made it all possible. I mean, it just took off and turned into be a hit. They were playing over in Holland and Ireland and just all around the world. It was pretty cool that they played it. And it was a couple stations in Nashville. They were playing Drink It On Up. But, I mean, it's all thanks to them. I couldn't do it without you guys. So, thank you. Thank you much. You guys are the best. I wouldn't want it any other way.
So, ReverbNation.com/Dustin Conaway. And you can find him on Facebook.
Dustin Conaway is the music page. My personal one is Dustin Allen Conaway. You can find my stuff on, like Scott said, Google Play, Amazon, iTunes, Spotify. Pretty much those are all of them.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Conaway.
Thank you.